What's going on, guys? Onelegend Toxic Creeper here on Ace Games, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that is going to be changing for Warriors come Mists of Pandaria. Now, obviously, this is the beta, so anything can change. Nothing is concrete quite yet, so keep that in mind that if I do say something and it is wrong, come a couple months from now, please keep that in mind because, well, yeah, anything can change. So first things first, I actually just want to note, look at the shadow detail and just how much better the gear looks. It just looks absolutely sexy compared to everything now. So I just kind of wanted to point that out, but it is just too cool. Now let's go over a couple of things that have changed, and one is obviously our talents. These are our talents right now. So we have Juggernaut, which you can charge every 12 seconds instead of 20. We have Double Time, which is you could charge twice before incurring its cooldown. You have Warbringer. Your charge also knocks a target to the ground and stuns it for 3 seconds. Now that's your first tier. That's at level 15. Your next tier at level 30 is going to be Enraged Regen. Instantly heals you for 10% of your total health, an additional 10% over 10 seconds. Keep in mind that this has been changed. This is not like the current Enraged Regen. This is completely different. Our Enraged Regen gives us 30% health back, I believe, if I'm correct, and now it's only 20% and you get 10% instantly and another 10% over 10 seconds, so keep that in mind. You get Second Wind. Whenever you are struck by a stun or immobilizing effect, you are guaranteed 20 rage over 10 seconds. Whenever you take direct damage, you have a 10% chance to regenerate 10% of your total health over 10 seconds. Let's go to the next one. Impending Victory. Instantly attack the target, causing 5,124 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health. Killing an enemy that yields experience or honor resets the cooldown of Impending Victory and causes your next Impending Victory to heal for 20% of your maximum health. Alright! Now, this is also going to replace Victory Rush, just by the way. Now, for us tanks, I did decide to get Enraged Regen, but the reason I did is just, I was just kind of testing things out, but to be honest, I would probably get Second Wind or Impending Victory because it's 10% every 30 seconds. But Second Wind, if you're taking a lot of damage, say if you're taking a direct hit from multiple targets, that's 10% from each individual target. You know how much health that is? That's 10% every time you get attacked. It's like, what the hell? That's a lot of damage that you could be basically getting healed for. You could be doing more freaking healing than the healers on yourself just through this talent. Let's go to the 45, level 45 one. Staggering Shout causes all enemies within 20 yards that are snared to become rooted for 5 seconds. There's a 40-second cooldown. Next one's Piercing Howl. Snares all enemies within 20 yards, reducing their movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. And the other one is Disrupting Shout. Interrupts all spell casting within 10 yards and preventing any spell in that school from being cast for 4 seconds. Now, this is a 40-second cooldown, and it's an AoE interrupt. Keep that in mind. That's why it is so sexy. Now, it's kind of a reason why I got it. You might go for the Staggering Shout for tanks. I definitely don't see me getting Piercing Howl. I definitely do not see me getting that. That's a fact. Now let's go to level 60. We got Blade Storm. You become a whirling storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards for 86% weapon damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. We got Shockwave. Sends a wave of force in a frontal cone before you, causing 6,862 damage and stunning all enemy targets within 10 yards for 4 seconds. Next one's Dragon Roar. Roar ferociously, causing 21,252 damage to all enemy within 10 yards, knocking them back and knocking them down for 5 seconds. Dragon Roar is always a critical strike. They actually just changed that now that I'm reading that. Dragon Roar was not always a critical strike before. Alright, let's move on to our level 75 talents here. Mass Spell Reflect. Now this is obviously pretty obvious, it's basically a Spell Reflect for everybody. Now, think about that. Just think about that. A Mass Spell Reflect. Can you imagine if a boss... So let's take a boss that we know for 100%. In ICC, Lady Whisperwind, or whatever her face is, she does an AoE Frostbolt. Can you imagine If we have this, that's completely negated because it all gets thrown right back at her. And she takes damage from all of it. How sick is that? Next one, Safeguard. Run at a high speed towards a party or raid member, removing all movement effects upon you, intercepting the next melee or range attack made against them, and reducing their damage taken by 20% for 6 seconds. Replaces Intervene. So basically, they just took the talent and they made it a talent. Basically. You know, kept it the same. Now, Intervene did get a complete revamp again for the 3rd time because Blizzard hates Vigilance for some reason. And now, it is a 2-minute cooldown. It focuses your protective gaze on a party or raid member, transferring 30% of damage taken to you for 12 seconds. During the duration of Vigilance, your taunt has no cooldown, and your attacks against target cause you to become enraged for 6 seconds. Excuse me. Now, keep in mind that our Vigilance used to be a cooldown, or not a cooldown, but it used to be a buff that you used to put on the off tank. Because whenever that person got hit, it reset your taunt. So for fights like, say, Spine, if you have that Vigilance on your off tank, you know your taunt is constantly being reset, so you can always be taunting those bloods, right? Now, that's gone. Now this is a 2-minute cooldown. So let's go ahead and look at our level 90 spells, which, to be honest, are pretty OP. So we got Avatar. You transform into an unstoppable Colossus for 20 seconds, increasing your damage dealt by 20% and causing your attacks to generate 50 extra rage. While transformed, you are immune to movement impairing effects. Now that seems pretty badass, right? Yeah. Bloodbath. Your special attacks cause the Bloodbath effect for the next 12 seconds. Bloodbath. Your target bleeds for an additional 30% damage of the triggering attack over 6 seconds. While bleeding, the target moves at 50% reduced speed. So obviously that's going to be a PvP thing. Stormbolt. Hurl your weapon at an enemy, causing 100% weapon damage and stunning the target for 3 seconds. Deals an additional 300% weapon damage to targets that are permanently immune to stun. Now, this is probably what us tanks will be picking up. Keep that in mind. Because obviously, bosses can't, get stunned. So that's probably what tanks will be picking up. Just probably, it's Heroic Throw. It replaces Heroic Throw. So if you think about it, just kind of, does that. So that's our talents. I'm going to kind of go over everything else now from what I understand and have been noticing. What a main difference is for us now is Thunderclap is a huge difference, right? Basically, what they did to us is they took our Rend out. We no longer have the spell Rend. I will go through my spells right now, and as you can see, I don't have Rend. Rend is completely gone. Basically, what we have now is Deep Wounds. Deep Wounds is our new Rend. It was basically 100% replaced and is now our Rend. Now, what they did as well to our Thunderclap is now our Thunderclap also puts on Demo Shout. As you can see, I'm hovering over it right now. Blast enemies within 8 yards for 7,843 damage and applies the Weakening Blows effect. Weakening Blows demoralizes the target, reducing their physical damage dealt by 10%. So as you can see, they put that on our Thunderclap. Now, another thing they changed that is taking quite a while for me to get used to is the fact that Shield Block is 60 Rage. Now, it used to be 80 Rage from what I understand, and they brought it down to 60, but it's still a lot of Rage. Keep in mind that whenever we get attacked, I don't believe we generate Rage anymore from getting attacked. We generate Rage from actually using our abilities. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm not 100% sure on how it's going to work out because I haven't been playing my warrior in here too much or been tanking enough to really understand everything. But keep in mind that, like I said, a lot of things can change. So I'm not 100% sure how this is all going to work out. But so far, I'm pretty interested how warriors are going to work out. From what I understand, a lot of the other tank classes have a lot of things that can heal them. From what I understand, druids have a cooldown that basically doesn't have a cooldown that heals them, that turns their rage into health like Enraged Regen, except it doesn't have a cooldown. Now, I think I have a positive outlook for warriors. I really do. I do believe that they are still going to be a very good tank, and I feel that Blizzard will make sure that we are. At least I'm hoping so, because I don't want to see warriors get put on the bottom of the list just due to the fact that, I mean, to be honest, I feel warriors should be at the top. Warriors kind of always have been that class that has been the tank, you know, ever since vanilla. So I really hope that they keep it that way. No offense to any other tanks out there, but I mean, I think warriors should be, you know, the tank. So let's kind of go over our 87 abilities here. Now, if you guys don't understand what the 87 ability is, it's basically a banner. 100% a banner. I think it's kind of stupid, but that's just me. But let's kind of go over them. So we have Demoralizing Banner. Throw down a war banner that decreases the damage dealt by all enemies within 30 yards of the banner by 10%. You can intervene to the banner. That's Blizzard's whole, like, oh my god, the banner's so good because you can intervene to it. Yeah, screw you. So the next one, Mocking Banner. Throw down a war banner that forces all enemies within 15 yards of the banner to focus attacks on the warrior for 6 seconds. So basically a challenging shout. The next one, Skull Banner. Throw down a war banner that increases the critical strike of your party or raid members within 30 yards of the banner by 20%. Now, I see that being a pretty damn good banner, just because 20% crit. I mean, that's pretty hot. So I could see people liking that, but as far as I'm concerned, that's the only utility I see it having. And obviously, this is just kind of this is just all of them together. It's a passive. It's not the actual ability. And then once that's just a flying mount. So yeah, I'm a little concerned, to be honest. I have a positive outlook on it, but I am a little worried about how prot warriors are going to turn out. Let me go to the dummies real quick and kind of show you what kind of how we're changed. So as you can see, what puts our new Ren basically on is Devastate. Okay, hold on. This thing is let's go over here. Okay, here we go. So let me attack this. So I'm gonna there you go. There's Deep Wounds. So you could spam this all day, and Deep Wounds is on the target. Now also, Devastate obviously puts Deep Wounds on. Now let's see at Thunderclap. There you go. There's Thunderclap. Puts Weakening Blows up. Shield Slam, all the same. Heroic Strike, it's all basically the same kind of thing. It's just, the thing is with, oh, and by the way, Ultimatum, yeah, costs no rage. So basically, it has a chance for our Heroic Strike or our Cleave, which, you know, obviously is the same thing basically, to cost no rage. So just that as well. Here, let me find that in the book for you guys. Here it is. Your Devastate has a 30% chance to make your next Heroic Strike or Cleave cost no rage. So, you know, just something they threw in there. Pretty clever. But let me just kind of get back to it. So, yeah, Deep Wounds is put on by Devastate. We have Heroic Strike costing 30 rage. And we have Shield Slam is our rage generator. Which is, I mean, kind of stupid, to be honest. But it's just me. So, that's that. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Let us go over the glyphs now. Now, the thing about the glyphs is they're still kind of the same, but they're a little bit different. Now, as you can see, they took out the big glyphs, right? You know, they took out you know, the crazy ones, and they left us with just 2 different glyphs. They left us with our major glyphs and our minor glyphs. Now, our major glyphs consist of a couple new ones. So we have Blitz. That used to be a talent, obviously. Now it's not. Now it's a glyph. Glyph of Bloodthirst, increase the healing of Bloodthirst by 100%. Glyph of Bull Rush, increase the duration of your charge stun by 0.75 seconds. Cleaving, increase the number of your targets you cleave. Your cleave hits by 1 or 3 when enraged. Colossus Smash, your Colossus Smash also applies the Sunder effect. Death from above reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds. Now that is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty handy for PvP. Glyph of Enraged Speed, while in rage you move 20% faster. Furious Sundering reduces the cost of Sunder Armor by 100%. Obviously, Prot Warrior is not really useful, considering we don't use Sunder Armor. Glyph of Gag Order. Your Pummel, Heroic Throw, and Storm abilities also silence the target for 3 seconds. Hamstring. When you spend Rage to apply Hamstring, the Rage cost of your next Hamstring is reduced by 100%. Glyph of Heavy Repercussions. While your shield block is active, your shield slam hits for an additional 50%. Now, this is the one that I have on, as you can see, and it's probably the one we'll be using. This is obviously exactly like the talent that we had, and they just made it into a glyph, and it's probably the one we're going to be using. Hoarse Voice reduces the cooldown and rage generation of your battle and commanding shout by 50%. Glyph of Hold the Line improves the damage of your next revenge by 50% following a successful parry. Obviously, another one that we're going to be using. Long Charge, increase the range of your charge ability by 5 yards. Mortal Strike, when your Mortal Strike is affecting a target, healing effects on you are increased by 10%. Glyph of Overpower, cleave hits, increase the damage of your next overpower by 10%. Raging Wind, your Raging Blow hits the damage of your next, increase the damage of your next whirlwind by 10%, so thing for Fury. Recklessness no longer increases damage taken. Now, that is a sexy glyph. As many of us PvP warriors know, and yes, I do dabble in the PvP area, Recklessness, when we pop that, it's like, okay, come kill me now. So the fact that that's a glyph now is very, very nice. Glyph of Resonating Power, increase the damage and cooldown of Thunderclap by 50%. So keep in mind that this is also not only increasing the damage, but also increasing the cooldown. So it's going to be a longer cooldown. So keep that in mind, guys. Rune Interruption, successfully interrupting a spell with a pummel, increases your damage by 5% for 30 seconds. So if you guys are kind of getting it, it's basically they're turning a lot of our talents that we had into glyphs. And that's just kind of what they did. So Glyph of Shield Wall, that was still there. Glyph of Spell Reflect, reduces the cooldown on Spell Reflection and Mass Spell by 5 seconds. So that's pretty cool. You know, finally get it down to 20 seconds, better than better than that 25. Sweeping Strikes, Thunderclap, Victory Rush, Whirlwind, and Insight. Let's look at the miners. Now the miners, I like what they did with the miners. The miners basically are now. They added spell effects to them. So as you can see, I'm gonna hit my Thunderclap right now, and as you can see, there's these like little lightning bolts that come down. That is this glyph right here, Glyph of Thunderstrike. Your Thunderclap visual includes a lightning strike. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I like that they did that. Now the other one that I have is Glyph of Burning Anger. You get so angry when enraged that you catch on fire. So I've seen the animation for it, and I don't think I can really do it here for you guys, but it's not huge, but it's pretty cool. And Glyph of Mystic Shout, your Battle Shout and Commanding Shout cause you to hover in the air for 1 second. Now, I don't think, yeah, there you go. So it's pretty cool, you know. A lot of the stuff that they have in here is really visual, and I feel like that's kind of where Blizzard's going, to the more visual direction. So I have a feeling that raids are going to be a little bit more intense for people on the CPU side, as in you need to have a better computer to kind of be able to run all this. Just due to the fact that, I mean, you know, think about it, if you had a bunch of warriors with that, like, that's going to get a little intense on the graphics. So, I don't know, I'm kind of interested into how the game is going to change. Now, if you guys like this, kind of just me talking and rambling about the possibilities and upcoming stuff and what happened to Warriors, feel free to let me know. Tell me in the comments below what you guys think I should do in the upcoming videos. Obviously, I just kind of rambled on and on about what was going on. So if you would like me to make a more constructive one with 100% everything that is going on, please let me know and I shall attempt to. Also, show some love to the Ace Games YouTube channel by hitting that subscribe button. Would be much appreciated. Same with that like button. It always really helps us out, guys. Also, please, please, please let me know what you thought about the video. I'm always looking to improve on whatever I do. So please feel free to, in the comments below, say what I could improve on, or say what I already did well on. It all helps out, guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.